Hello and welcome to another episode of the Plus 63 HP podcast. I'm one of your hosts, John Clemente. Alongside with me are two of my bestest best friend. I'm going to start with your screen left. CHUBAX, how are you doing?
What's up? Happy to be here. It's been a while since we seen each other and chat, and let's get to it.
Yep. Had a few breaks, but we're trying to recover as well. And speaking of recovery, staying up for us or waking up at an ungodly hour from the West Coast, our other bestest best friend, Arnie. Arnie, how are you doing?
Hello there. Just right now it's waking up, got ungodly hour, but yeah, ready to go Agatha right now.
Yeah,
Are you
we
back to
are going to
ano?
be
Are you back to daytime na?
evenings.
Are you back to
I have one more. I
oh
have one more tonight. Although I called in sick yesterday because my son was sick, but this week will be day shift.
okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of shifts, the thing that you can join us along with during your shift is subscribing to our stable of podcasts. So Plus 63 HP has a bunch of different programs, including this, a weekly TV series or a movie review where we deep dive and give our ratings and our thoughts about a particular TV series or movie every single week. You can catch those episodes most Mondays. We are catching up with a couple of episodes, so you'll see a big batch of our episodes in the next couple of weeks. But typically Mondays you'll see a new series or movie where we deep dive in and give our reactions, give our reviews too. Uh, we also have our very first D&D campaign. CHUBAX, myself, our other best friend RJ, and a couple of other cool people are joining us for our first campaign. We'll record it and put it on the YouTube and the podcasts for your entertainment. It's an adventure that we've been having a lot of fun with for the past couple of years. So hopefully you can catch up and join along. We also have our Reacts show where we have a curated list of trailers, featurettes, clips that we react to. We give a plus or minus if it is a type of piece of content that we are excited to watch, and a minus if maybe it's not something that we're gonna watch day of. And then occasionally Chubax and our other best friend RJ will have probably another one of their D&D campaigns because they can't have enough. And that usually is a special drop towards the end of the week. So almost every single day of the week you'll have new content. So hopefully you can join us. And as aforementioned, in this particular episode, we are reviewing the new Disney Plus series. Coming from the fairly successful One Division series spinning off, we have Agatha All Along. All right. Before we get into the stats and deep dive into the synopsis and give you our ratings about the first two episodes of Agatha All Along, we're going to give our instant reactions about it. We'll start with Arnie. First two episodes, general feel for Agatha All Along. What do you think?
I think the second episode carried both. So I would say a good 7 right now.
Mhm. Chubax?
I really enjoyed it. Though the first episode took too long, I think. But yeah, big fan of Catherine Hahn. Is it right? Did I say it right?
Catherine Hahn.
Yeah,
Catherine Hahn. Yeah,
Catherine.
and
Yeah.
Aubrey
Hmm.
Plaza was great too. Though I was expecting her on the second
Hot.
episode. Yeah, hot. But yeah, I'm digging it. Now, love the surprise with Mrs. Hart. Was she in the trailer? I don't remember if she was in the trailer. But good surprise nonetheless. Even if whether I forgot it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun, and
Mhm.
me and Bella especially Bella, are looking forward to the next few. How many episodes do we have
Yeah,
here?
yeah,
Eight.
you're both of you are right. I think yeah, 8. Yeah. Both of you are right,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Disney knew that they needed to release, a little batch of episodes to start to, give the series a little push. I'm enjoying it because it's fun, it's
Oh.
easy, has a kind of a unique look to it, kind of like a higher end or more mature Stranger Things feel for the first couple of episodes. And I've been following the trailers and the snippets of this for the past year or so, and I didn't realize that the coven that they're making was bigger. I didn't realize that. I thought in my head it was only going to be just Agatha and the team, right? So, but now we have uh Deborah Jo Rupp from that 70s show. We have Zazir Sameda from SNL. We have Ali on, so she's looking cool too. And so like there's it's a crew. It's a real coven. So that was a good surprise for me. So far it's not as weird as
So
WandaVision.
far.
It's not
Oh yeah, it's not it.
so far.
Mhm.
And even so, I do like the elements that they have seen. All right. So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. It seems long enough to have some meat on the episodes, but not too long. It's not like an hour episode where it's kind of like a full-fledged miniseries. So yeah, we'll dive deep into the first two episodes. But before that, a bit of stats. Um, the genre of Agatha All Along is technically listed as black comedy and fantasy, which is, I think, good.
Mm.
Again, apart from WandaVision, we haven't had something like this in a lot
Three
of
years.
MCU, right? Stuff
Mhm.
like even Doctor Strange is more fantasy action rather than black comedy. So I do like this.
Mhm.
It's created by and some episodes written and directed by Jack Schaefer. She is also the creator of WandaVision, an executive
Mm.
producer of WandaVision. She also wrote two episodes of WandaVision. So that's good. The through line of the look and feel and the thought of being able to pluck enough about WandaVision without having to lose new audience is there. And again, it stars Catherine Hahn, Joe Locke, Deborah Joe Rob. Joe Locke is quote unquote teen right now.
Mhm.
Deborah Jo Robb again, that 70s show, my ex-girlfriend, Aubrey Plaza, Zashir Sumeta, Ali An, Okwi, Ulasili, Patti LuPone, and a few others that might be recognizable for people here and there. Slated for 8 episodes. Most episodes are anywhere between 40 to 44 minutes. So I think that's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
I think 30 minutes is a little too quick.
Yeah.
And then an hour is too far. So I like, 40 is great. It released in Disney Plus on September 18th. But again, we have 7 more weeks because the first week had 2 episodes on them. As for this episode, we are discussing episode 1, Seekest Thou the Road, and episode 2, Circle Zone with Faith, Unlock the Hidden Gate. So, episode 1, I think a lot of people have seen this in the trailer where
Mhm.
we kind of know from WandaVision and hopefully some recaps because it's not clearly shown in the first 2
And that's
episodes
one of
that
the issues I want to bring up. It's like I know like there's a good thing where these people need have a break between seasons so that when they're doing it there's more love and it's not like they're forced to do. But the few years have like the few years is too much. I think it was like my wife Katrina didn't remember anything from WandaVision. So everything kind of went over her head how the like we I don't think it was obvious from the trailers that it was still doing the TV show of the of
Mhm.
some type
Yep,
of TV show
yep, yep.
per episode. So for the first episode, it suddenly dawned on me that it was continuing WandaVision style of this is when you had the Office, the I Love Lucy, and then now it's like the CSI stuff, and it just made me laugh. It's funny
Mhm.
like the based on the was it Norwegian show Wanda by
Wanda
size
Vision or
something like
what
that.
was it?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was awesome. So those the bits were amazing, and like the partner was the neighbor before.
Mhm.
Those small
Mm.
stuff like that,
But the
which
good thing about it too is like it was a show within the Westview trap,
Mhm.
Yes.
right? So it took me like halfway through the second episode where I realized like, oh shit, no, like in her head, she's trapped in her head, being delusional.
Mhm.
That's why his neighbors are afraid of her. But once she's lucid, like she is on the second episode, they realize like, oh, she's still there in Westview, being taken care of the neighbors.
But the
Uh,
neighbors are
uh
not anymore affected. They
not neighbor,
are, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
they're free
right?
of it. But which also makes it a little like making the first episode too long in my, for it to be a delusion as well. It was too much, even though it was like only like 39 minutes or something. I think they could have gotten to the beat a little faster. It was a little
Mhm.
going. They took. I mean, there was still some funny parts there, especially me as a fan of CSI and NCIS, and
Exactly.
there's a lot of funny
Mhm.
parts with, especially when Catherine Hahn would ham it up as a detective, and start with the shoutings, like intimidating tactics and stuff. But it
And
was
Aubrey Plaza coming in as kind of like an ex-girlfriend kind of
yeah,
character.
FBI. So
So
yeah,
that was fun. I mean, you're 100% right, but the good thing about it is the murder mystery aspect of it looked good.
it did. It
Mhm.
did.
Right? Yeah, they acted really, really well. So I really enjoyed that part. So again, that's the first episode, Seek Us Out Thou. It is being shown like a crime noir television show
Mhm.
where Agatha is Agnes O'Connor, a detective for Westview, who has been suspended for
Punch.
punching a suspect but been forgiven because the suspect was actually guilty. So even that part of it's like, oh, s- well written. Right?
Yeah,
So well executed.
which
So
I think
even as the
maybe can be a foreshadowing also of how it ends. Because like
maybe.
my hope for the ending is like we know she's a bad guy, she's a villain, and obviously they're making it look like she's gonna betray everybody to get her powers, or maybe the end of the witch's road is yes, the one last standing is the one that's kind of the obvious route where the last woman standing is the one that's gonna get the power. So maybe she doesn't do that and she kind of becomes a little good in that she loves the coven, but I hope that they're still bad guys. Something like that where
Yeah.
she finds
Like
family,
yeah.
but
Now that you said it, and now that we know Mephisto is in the series, maybe she punches Mephisto in the
Wait, wait,
face.
wait, 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 wait. Are we new rock stars?
No,
Is
no,
this
no, no.
is
This
this
is
Eric Von?
confirmed. So
Confirm, confirm. Mephisto
because
confirm.
Sacha Baron Cohen is on the cast list.
Oh
So
yeah, I
this is
remember
why
now. Okay,
he
okay,
is
okay.
this is he was casted for this series. I mean, how many episodes he'll be in, we do not know. Maybe it is just one or two, or maybe like next episode, Mephisto starts fucking. He's the owner of the Witch's Road, right? Because he grants
Okay.
wishes, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe that's the case, but I do like that. I didn't even look at that point, but again, this is the mere fact that she has a completely mature lived in backstory when trying to investigate this crushed body in their town in the woods with no apparent tracks on how she that body got there and how that body got cut and Jane Doe and everything like that. So at the very least, I mean, even if you didn't watch WandaVision, even if you didn't watch Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, I mean, or if you did watch it, you kind of like support the Scarlet Witch um storyline where, oh, maybe the reason why the teen or Rio or Deborah Joe, like the Green Thumb Witch, was able to get out of the haze and the funk, or that's why it was the external characters was able to get to Agatha Harkness is Scarlet Witch did die up in in the place where not in Kamartaj, but she
No,
was
Darkhold
crushed
built
in
place.
the Temple of the Darkhold, and that kind of given cracks to all of her illusions, right? So that was good. But yeah, so
What's
Rio
the
Vidal.
theory? Oh, going.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why. So Rio Vidal is this FBI agent assigned to help out with Jane Doe by, the police commissioner. They have a little reminiscing session at Agnes's house, and then we realize that there's this teen that was breaking into Agatha's house. They have a little chase. They catch the teen. Agatha starts um interrogating this team, but during the interrogation, all the illusions around Agnes at this point starts to break apart,
Mm,
and then she realizes that, the Jane Doe body is Wanda Maximoff, and there's another Jane Doe in that particular story scenario, which was her, Agnes O'Connor, and then she is actually the witch Agatha Harkness that has been trapped under Wanda's spell for 3 years,
Mhm.
right? And then
I
waking up.
let's not skip this. I love the transformation. Going back
Yeah.
to the previous characters' costumes and
Different
looks.
characters, yeah.
So
I mean, I'll take this also as an opportunity. The reason why um Agatha, I've always had a giant crush on Catherine Hahn, the ultimate character actor before, because one of my exes look exactly like Catherine Hahn. I'll send you guys the photo. So just with funkier hair, but yeah. Anyway, so when Agatha realizes that she was trapped in a spell, she was able to break out. Like what CHUBAX has mentioned, that scene where she was literally tearing off her different skins. Um, she realizes that she didn't have any power. So Wanda not only took her powers away, not only trapped her here, not only trapped her at Westview, but also took her powers away. Um, Now, she realizing that there's no power, she needs to get it back. She knew what she needed to do. She needed to take the witch's road, because in the witch's road at the end she can get, if she survives, she can get power. And she's already done the witch's road stuff already. So she knows that it can be done. Which is also a little bit of a mystery right now on what she did the first time, right? Maybe that's the reason why she got all her power, and she's been alive for hundreds of years. But the point is, like, it hasn't been explained yet. It's just that she's been there and she's come back.
what's
The teen was
the
able to
what's the theory on the teen?
well,
Wicked.
the theory
On
on
who
the teen is
It's wicked.
he is Wanda Maximoff's son,
It's either
and
that or Peter Scratch or the Agatha son or something like that.
oh, so yeah, Nick Scratch, right? Nicholas Scratch, right?
Nicholas
Well,
Scratch, yeah.
it is kind of that. It can be both too. Like it is like
It
she
did look
just
like
didn't
a
know that.
W, right? When the mouth,
It
Yeah,
like
looked
a
like
W or an
M or
M.
W, yeah.
the stitches like look like
Well,
a M, right? So,
maybe it's Mephisto all along.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's kind
possible.
of like the prevailing theory is Wanda's love for her son was so strong that remnants of it still alive there, and
But
the illusion
there's two of
itself.
them, so maybe he's looking
Yeah,
for the
and
other
also
one.
like the illusion itself is trying to, get the power, but in his way twisted way, getting the power makes him real, right? So,
Mhm.
so the teen, speaking of the teen, convinces Agatha that she needs assistance to do all of these things because she doesn't even have a car. Um, and then, yeah, you're right. There's like signs where, uh, there's something happening with the teen, because whenever he tries to say anything about himself, his name, his history, Agatha can't hear it, or the teen gets muted. So that also is um that is also like a cool twist out there. And then we go to episode 2. Circle Sown with Fate, Unlock the Hidden Gate. So essentially, the plot of episode 2 is, I know it's a common trope, but I love the team up montage.
Of
So
course.
the drafting of
Always.
yeah, the drafting of the crew, right? The
Mhm.
heist crew is always fun. But I like the fact that it was, you know, handed to us in a silver platter, meaning like, during the drive, like I know we are going against our rule of show don't tell, where
Mhm.
it was more of, how are you gonna get you need a coven. How are you gonna get a coven? And then Agatha says, like, there's the rule of 3 miles. There's always going to be enough to make a coven, of witches with each other within 3 miles. So I was like, great, you know, gonna be quick. It's not gonna be like a week of traveling,
Exposition. Yeah.
flying left and right. No, no, no. Within 3 miles of New Jersey, you're gonna get your coven. And also the great part about it is the first kooky kind of fortune teller that they were at was like, super quick of subversion of expectations, where, oh, this obviously looks like a fake, but no, it's obviously not. And it was super quick and it was super fast. And that first witch that they were able to draft, um
Led to the others.
Lilia, was kind of the clairvoyant, and Lilia again, super quick. We could have spent another 2 or 3 episodes drafting. Like, we could have done one episode per witch to take, but I like the fact that, oh, let's make the team and make the adventure more of the story, because even within that road, even within that first drafting, Lilia, being the clairvoyant, was able to list out all of the other witches that they need within the time. So I was like, all right. So Lilia was first, and then the clairvoyant Jennifer Kale is kind of like their potions person. So Jennifer Kale was also a bound witch. So she used to be a stronger witch. They took away her powers, and now she lives her life making potions for hipster white women, right? And then the next person was Alice Wu Gulliver. Alice Wu was the daughter of another Wu, who the person that actually made the ballad of the road. The ballad meaning the instruction manual
Mm.
for traveling the witch's road as well.
Did she make it, or did she just put it into song? Or
She
did
just
she
put
just,
it into
or she
song.
just
She
released the
put it in
song to
the
the
song.
world?
Yeah, she put it into the song to the world, and the reason why they were able to draft Alice is because she never knew what happened to her mom. Everybody knew
Mhm.
that she traveled the
Which
witch's
is road.
road, but she never, obviously she never come back. So that's another part of the season that I'm assuming that we're going to be answering. So Alice Wu is kind of like their protections person, which is cool too. That their jobs kind of mimic their power. So Lilia, the clairvoyant, is a fortune teller. Jennifer is this kind of potions expert,
Potions.
so she does candles and soaps. And then Alice Wu is the protections person. So she's a security person for a mall cop, essentially. So, but she got fired
Well, she was
because
a police officer first.
she was a police officer, but now she's a mall cop
Mm.
because, again, she had trouble with her authority as well. And towards the end, they wanted to skip their green thumb, Sharon Davis, played by Deborah Jo. Um,
Why though? Did they?
they never said, so I'm assuming, in my head, I think Sharon Davis is probably, my guess is Agatha's mom,
Hmm.
right? And she put a spell on her to not remember that they are related, right? That's my prevailing theory, right? But yeah, they needed a full coven to summon the road. But so eventually, Agatha needed to quickly get Sharon Davis as well, their green thumb, which also kind of seemed that she doesn't remember that she's a witch too. So there's probably going to be another layer over there as well.
Yeah.
But the episode ends when the coven performs the rituals to open the road, but while they're performing that incantation, uh these kind of like dark witches, I just realized now reading through the synopsis that this is the Salem's Seven. It seems
Mhm.
like they're the people that are binding and killing other witches in my submission. So the Salem Seven was drawn towards the incantation of that ritual, and then the coven was narrowly missed the Salem Seven getting into Agatha's
Narrowly,
house.
this pissed me a little bit. Like, for somebody so fearful as the Salem 7, they sure love their fucking dramatics. Like, posing in her,
I mean,
just fucking take it.
just walk in, right?
Yeah, just attack
Yeah.
her. Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And
Well, I
yeah, so
also just a comment, like the song that they were singing. So it's like down the richest road, or it just shows because it's the same musical team from the first one, right? The from WandaVision, and I think also they did Frozen, so they're
oh
songwriters.
yes, good call.
Yeah.
Because Jack Schaefer also did a short
Hmm.
Olaf, the Olaf short film,
Hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
it is kind of like, yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah. So just in comparison to, since we're talking about witches, like with the Acolyte, going back to when we reviewed the Acolyte, the power one, power two, power of many. This is a better incantation, by the way, because they
Yeah.
did get a singer-songwriter to write a song. So
It was
that's,
a good song,
yeah.
and people are hating it on it because there's a song in Agatha. Like,
Well, people just hate everything.
no,
I
but
already saw.
it's witches. I mean, it's not like
I mean,
uncommon for them to be singing. It's like, I
I'm
don't know.
pretty sure when Macbeth was released all those years ago, people were like, "Oh, there's songs and
I
witches."
actually haven't seen any real bad reviews of the series yet, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's mostly
That's
haters.
that's good.
So, but I just want to comment about the song because the song is catchy. Because
Very
remember,
catchy.
It was good.
there's there's there was a gag that Mrs. Hart was like, "Am I supposed to know this song?" And then all of a sudden, she's in the edge, she's like already singing
Well, it's not like
the hook.
it's so hard. Yeah, the hook was easy to catch on. So
Yeah, so yeah. But anyways, it was well performed because Patti LuPone is like basically Broadway royalty, right? So she
Oh,
also,
that's
so that's basically it. So yeah, wanted to make a comment on that one.
I mean, as you mentioned, like this is a stellar cast,
Hmm.
right? Everybody in this cast was, has a lot of bona fides in terms
Yeah.
of acting. The sheer, um, and then
Jennifer
you're
Gale, is she the one from SNL, the one that made
yes,
Pedro
yeah.
Pascal
Zashir Tomato
break?
was a long time SNL, like their token black person there, but
Yeah,
she also has amazing podcasts and
yeah.
but yeah, you're right. Like Patti LuPone has so like her bio like is wild. Like
Hmm.
uh so many film and Broadway accolades as well.
Hmm.
Gypsy, Annie Got Your Gun.
Hmm.
Like it's so long that I long, but like even
That's what she said.
yeah, that's what she said. 100%
Yeah.
just like a while ago. But even like Joe Locke also, um, uh, he's known in Heartstopper, right? So
Hmm.
that's kind of like his um breakthrough performance, right?
Yeah.
And he's one outstanding lead performer for that series,
Hmm.
and it's kind of like great, like okay, queer, there's jokes. The only bad things that I've seen or bad reviews that I've seen about this is like, a lot of people are saying that even just the first episode, it's so gay. And Aubrey Plaza was like, that's the reason why I signed
signed
up
up.
for the role. It's like, so
Okay. You
I
know,
was like,
I mean,
but
we've had space witches, and I mean, come on, people. It's fiction,
It's
And
in the end, it's a good so far a good story. But again,
yeah,
I really hope they don't take too long with not answering the questions. But yeah, I've it's
yeah,
been fun. But
yeah,
with that, we have the synopsis kind of down
yeah.
pat.
Hmm.
Oh, while you have the floor, Arnie, like, okay, what are your thoughts and your ratings about and predictions about
Yeah.
Agatha All Along?
First, the end credits. Shout out to the craft and Lisa Simpson. That's just mwah. Yeah, because we watched the craft when we were in high school,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's like, so maybe there might be a Fairuza Balk cameo. I'm hoping
Ooh.
for that one. That's one of my predictions. Or maybe not Lisa Simpson, but something like that. But I predict, so if it is Miss Fisto confirmed, I'm hoping that Agatha, I mean, because like with Loki, he became full on good guy, especially now he's like the master of stories or something like that. Maybe this one could be more like a Thunderbolts. She's still evil, like she's still like, you know, does her thing, just but for the greater good, she will be fighting all these like, you know, Eldars and monsters. Like so we will have more of the monsters, like the one like from the Halloween thing last time. They did the Werewolf at Night. So, I want more of something like that. And then
That is
Agatha's,
confirmed coming back too.
yeah,
What's his name? Not Diego Luna, but the other guy.
Gael, Gael Garcia.
Gabriel
Gab-
Gail Marquez.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I want more of the horror, like you said earlier. Like you want to be more like a black comedy horror line. So like this could be the line that Agatha could stay in. She doesn't need to be in the bigger MCU. I mean, especially now we're going with Doctor Doom. So I mean, there's no relation. Plus, also when I saw in the because I been reading all these other reviews, like so Agatha has no standalone comic book, so she could actually just play it how she wants, and those gatekeepers can say, "Oh, but in the comics, it's no." Let her do it. Let her do her thing, and let's have some monsters in MCU that she could fight and still be an anti-hero villainous track and but yeah, like I said, the second episode basically lifted up everything. I do appreciate the True Detective credits that they had for episode one.
Specifically just for episode one.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they woke her up real quick. And yeah, so and Audrey Plaza is always welcome to come back and
Yeah.
do her thing. So yeah, let's do that.
And your final rating for the first two episodes?
Like I said, it was well, the first episode is 7, and then the second episode is more like a 8. So if I average it, it's 7.5 for now. Yeah.
No, we don't have
Oh yeah, no half points. Then 8 out of 10. Then round up. Let's round up.
CHUBAX.
I'll go with the 7 for now, just because first episode was too slow for me. But yeah, I'm excited. I liked it. It's still 7, and I really had fun. And like looking at the trailer, I can't wait to see all of the crazy shit that we're about to get. So
Yeah, I mean,
I am at a 7 too. Same thing. Super fun second episode. Basic, straightforward, quick team up montage. Enough backstory that will kind of let us familiar people with other MCU properties dig into the other things a little bit more. So that's
mm,
cool. I really appreciate that. Um, and yeah, my hope now is that they can continue this pace. Like if it's
mhm,
this quick, this fast, this fun with a little bit of like dark scary portion like Halloweeny, it's perfect because again, it
mhm,
is slated to end Halloween week, right? So it's absolutely perfect timing wise. That's why they released it. I just hope that they stick it. And then I
yeah,
agree with you, Arnie, about everything. I really hope that and it seems like that's what's happening, that these are going
mhm,
to be Catherine Hahn, she is one of those, or Agatha from WandaVision was one of the characters that just like such a standout that they made it that made a franchise out of her, or an IP out of her. So I hope that they can continue to cultivate, a little bit, a smaller, witchier, seasonal group of MCU
Mhm.
characters,
Yeah.
like this, like these people, it's just like they fight certain things, maybe cross over a tad bit with other
Mhm.
things, like a little bit of Doctor Strange here, a little bit of Thunderbolts. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like that. Okay, you need like a little bit of something that is a little bit about around science. Like we have a witch that might be able to help you out. That might be cool. So yeah, that's why I'm pleasantly surprised how fun I enjoyed this particular series. So yeah, so cool. That's the first two episodes of Agatha All Along. Uh watch it weekly with us. We're gonna kind of like review the episodes as they drop, and hopefully you guys discuss the succeeding episodes with us. So final goodbyes, Arnie.
Well, yeah, goodbye. And hopefully we'll probably see a Mephisto All Along song or something like that. But yeah, let's tune in and see if I'm wrong or just plain dumb. So that's
All
good.
right. Chubax.
Yeah, nice to see. Let's see what happens next week, and can't wait for more. See ya.
Same here. All right. See you guys next week. Bye.